Good morning, everyone. My name is Shoshanna Gross, and this is our Daily Dose. I'm here today with our CEO and President, John Barker. Welcome, John.
Hey, Shoshanna.
Thank you so much for joining me. As usual, we have a ton to get through today, so we'll jump right in. I know that we're coming up on June 2nd, the end of the official mask order in Ohio, and there's been some other news about health orders and staffing that you want to share with us.
Yeah, there's always a lot of news for our industry. We seem to be at the top of the funnel of all the news, right? Our industry, but the health orders will fall on June 2nd. Mostly, the only thing that would be left after that is nursing homes, hospitals, places like that will still continue to have some as detailed out in the health orders. For us, I think the most important things are 6-foot distancing. People can now choose if they want to no longer follow 6-foot distancing in restaurants. If they want to take down partitions and things like that, they can do that. And then the mask, obviously, they no longer have to wear those. And a lot of operators have called us and talked to us by the hundreds. And our advice would be to, obviously you got to keep you doing all this stuff until the 2nd. Afterwards, really you got to kind of read your audience, right? Your customers. And as are you in an area where people really feel strongly about continuing to wear face coverings, and so you might then continue to do that. And if you're in an area that's not, and your staff is comfortable, so you really got to read your guests and your staff and make a good decision on that. And it does tie into what you mentioned on staffing. I mean, we are in now another completely different crisis mode. We were in one for 14 months. Customers are coming back. Every operator I've talked to tells me two things. Business is very strong with customers coming back. I don't have enough people. I now have to either close certain days. I can't open parts of my restaurant. I have to limit the amount of hours. And it's now creating a crisis that they can't get their sales to the level that they would like to get. So we're working on a number of things, Shoshanna. We have an HR committee that's looking at and working on a number of things. And these are folks who are operators within our industry who are all putting their best minds together on that. We've just updated our job board, which you can find on our website. We're giving a lot of advice about retention and how to do things like retention bonuses, things like that. The federal government is giving $300 a week out in extended unemployment through September. Now we're up to 27 states, including Ohio, that will stop taking that. Ohio will stop taking it on June 26th. We're also talking to elected officials about could we take some of that money and offer a back to work incentive for folks, which I think would maybe even be better as an additional step. And we'll see, we are having some talks with our elected officials, both nationally and in the state. And then lastly, of course, a number of other things where we just provide content, try to help people on these subjects. And we're focused on a national basis on immigration reform. So there's a whole host of things that we're focused on, because the good thing is money is coming into our industry from consumers. The Restaurant Revitalization Fund has been fully allocated at $28.6 billion. People are getting their money. Operators are calling me and telling me that if they were women, minority, or a veteran, they're getting their checks. So that's great. And then we'll have more information on the state grants that we've talked about a little bit, hopefully in the next few weeks. And that's the grants where people can apply for $10,000, $20,000, and $30,000 grants, depending on how much they lost last year, how many employees they have. So lots going on. Read all of our memos. We have everything in there, but we'll continue to provide those details.
Fantastic. Yeah, so much still to do to get us really back to fully operational in our industry. And but it's really nice to see that we are on the upswing finally after a really difficult just over a year here. Yeah. This weekend is Memorial Day, and so I know we have a few things to be thinking about there.
Yeah, Memorial Day is different, special for everybody, depending on, a lot of times it's a family get together. It's a relaxation period for those of us that have had family members or ourselves in the armed forces. It's a day to remember those who sacrificed and gave their lives. Our industry sacrificed a lot over the last year. Many people went back to work when we weren't exactly sure what was going on. So, we honor everybody that has sacrificed for the country, for others, society. And that's really what Memorial Day is all about. Yesterday, you and I have been talking about the 1-year anniversary of George Floyd's death. We're remembering that, and obviously that was a tragedy for our country, but has really raised focus across society on how much we need to do and how much further we need to go around recognizing diversity and equity and inclusion. And every organization, every person, I think, can contribute to this. At the ORA, you and I, Shoshanna, we sit on we have a committee that focuses on this with some board members, and we're focused on ourselves first, but what can we do to provide content education? You've been really kind of leading that, doing a great job on that. We're part of the Multicultural Food Service Hospitality Alliance. They do all kinds of programming, and we tap into that, provide it to members. And other little things that we do around all this, everything adds up, right? We have a relief fund for employees, and clearly a lot of employees that were benefited from our relief fund in 2020 and here in 2021 are people, who are, sort of the most challenged, you know what I mean? And oftentimes, it's people of color. And so we've been able to help so many people with our relief fund. That's what we can do. That's within our control. We've tried to do those kind of things. And we have a big workforce development program that we're trying to, get more lift off on that. So we're trying to do all those things because it's the right thing to do. From a business standpoint, it's also the right thing to do. You and I were talking about a Fortune study that came out today that talks about Generation Z. And Generation Z is more focused on this than any generation. So that's people, who were born after 1995. And what they say clearly is, I'm going to go work for companies that are focused on doing the right things around diversity, equity, and inclusion. And that's the kind of companies I'll join. And those are the kind of companies that I'll support. There's a very detailed study out. If people are interested, we can pass it on to them, but it's from Fortune. And the study is Lewis for the He/She Gender Equality Movement. Is very impressive. We've seen other studies like this, but from a business standpoint, both as we think about our customers and our employees, right? Doing these things makes sense even from a business perspective. So it was kind of nice to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really think that here at the ORA, we took a long, hard look and said, before we focus a lot on outwardly programming and really bringing in outside community members, we really need to take a good hard look at our own practices, do some internal auditing, and really develop our own board members, staff members, in terms of our own understanding of diversity, equity, and inclusion, as well as making sure that we're really practicing inclusivity in a way that that honors all of the communities that are a part of the restaurant industry.
Shoshanna, you led a lot of that. And I know when we do, for example, our big Mid-America Expo, right? We make sure that that's top of mind when we think about who are our speakers and who do we focus on in terms of teaching us, right? And educating us. And so we've been doing that, right? And we just can continue to raise the bar on that. And we're going to do
absolutely.
Yeah.
We have the benefit of being one of the most diverse industries in the world. And if we can't celebrate that, we're really doing a disservice not only to our employees, to our businesses, to our customers. It really just serves everyone better if we understand all of the different perspectives that are coming into play.
Yep. We can be a leader.
Absolutely. Well, John, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to me about these things today. And before we leave, I just want to remind everyone that we do have a few really great events coming up. We do have our industry award celebration. Speaking of honoring all of the different pieces of our industry, this is a great opportunity for us to just take some time to focus on our operators, the vendors, our educators, and our students who are really spending their lives giving back to the industry. So we're really excited for that, July 15th. It's going to be a virtual event. Tickets are $25. They're on sale now. It's open to the public. Anyone who wants to come and really take some time to celebrate the industry is welcome. So we're excited for that.
Yeah, that's one of our favorite things that we do at the ORA every year. It's really an honor to be able to honor those who are making a difference. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then, of course, our one of our favorite events of the year, or another one of our favorite events of the year, is our golf outing. So that's coming up June 28th. That event is for our advocacy efforts, and we split those the fundraising dollars from that with the National Restaurant Association.
Yeah, it's at New Albany Country Club, which is a very fun but difficult, challenging track. And I know a lot of people are out there, you know, kind of spraying balls all over the course, but it's for a good cause, right? So.
Yeah, no one said you had to be a good golf player.
No. You know, it's a scramble, so you know, swing away. Yeah,
absolutely. So we do have sponsorships available for that. We still have foursomes, but they are selling quickly. So I would highly recommend picking up a foursome or contacting Melissa DeGraw, our business development associate, our director, if you're interested. So can find more about that on our website very easily. Great. Thanks so much for joining me today, John.
thanks. Okay.
Bye.